This is my missionary haircut. I did this myself. Jesus told me that I can't spend any money on anything except food and bills. I said, well, I got a beautician's appointment for the, for January the 5th. He said, nope, not even for that. I said, you mean I can't even cut my hair? So he just said, no. Well, I was going to pay $35 plus tip would end up $40. And, every beautician that I've had for the past couple of years has just botched my hair. So anyways, this is not perfect. This is my attempt to do a stacked bob. You can see there are mistakes there, but, and I had to cut my hair really short because I had to balance it out and everything. What I did was I put my hair in a ponytail in the back. Then I put a barrette back there straight across. The barrette was shaped like this, and I need one shaped like that, like rectangular. And I cut it straight across as I could from the barrette. It came out kind of sloppy, and this is what Jesus. I obeyed you, and I haven't done anything fancy. No blow dry, no nothing. This is just air dry. I'm going to go take a shower. Just went for my walk. And this is how I like to wear my hair. I like to put it up in a barrette. So this is when I take the barrette out, then it kind of falls like so. It would probably look better if I didn't wear the barrette, but I like to wear the barrette when I go out because the wind blows my hair and it gets in my eyes, and I'm not a hairspray kind of a woman, so this is what I did. It's not perfect. He said, how'd you get the back? Well, what I did, I watched some videos on cutting a bob, but I've never had any beautician training, though she taught me how to color my own hair. So I just colored my hair, but it really needed a cut. And I like an easy to manage style, like a bob. So I wasn't sure how to do this, but I heard about Clip, which is a clip, but I saw a YouTube video from a lady, I think she was from Australia, who cuts her own hair, and she pulls her hair back into a ponytail. Then she uses a straight barrette in the back, and then she'll take the band out that she held the ponytail without, and then cut straight across, and that establishes your line. And what I do after that is really tricky because it's kind of, then you got all this stuff hanging down here underneath your line. After you make your cut, you got some loose hairs down here, and I actually have to go in there, hold it like this, and then cut with scissors. They recommend you have beautician scissors, but Jesus said only food and bills, so I'm not going to spend money on beautician scissors. I'm finding sewing scissors. I'm a seamstress. Sewing scissors work really good. So I think next time I cut, I'll do a better job. But anyways, this is my haircut. Easy to manage style. After I cut from the bob, then I just kind of went in here the best I could using a mirror, holding it like this. I went in and cut back here and tried to make it neater. And then I tried to, this was terribly uneven. It's very important, and I'm going to remember this next time. It's very important when you put the barrette in there. It needs to be absolutely straight because you're establishing your line. So like you're going to pull a hair underneath here, and then it's got to come. You use the line you established. There's some really good videos, but I taught myself how to cut a stacked bob, and because that's what I've been wearing for years, and at first I thought Jesus was kind of mean. You're like, Jesus, I can't even pay for a beautician. He said, nope. Well, beauticians are expensive. My problem is believe it or not, as bad as this haircut is, and I'm not saying it's great, but as bad as it is, it's nothing compared to the botched job that some Jesuit beauticians have done on my hair. Like I tell them I want a bob that goes like this, and that kind of stacks up in the back. And you know what the last beautician did? She cut it straight like this. It went straight. It looked like a blunt cut. I look terrible in a blunt cut. You may say, well, you're not texturizing your ends. Yeah, that is a problem. Texturizing your ends is when you use little clips in the scissors and you kind of gives a softness to the ends, but I can't do that with sewing scissors. But I find if I cut at an angle and not just, it kind of creates the effect of texturizing the ends. So I'm going to get better at this. As bad as this is, it's not nearly as bad as the botched job that a Jesuit beautician did to me. The Jesuits got one of my beauticians. They started getting my beauticians around 2011. They got one of my beauticians, and he did a total botched job. I mean, as bad as this is, it looked worse than this. There were hairs going way out, uneven, and this is not great. And he didn't even pay attention to the style. It was flattering to my face. It was like he deliberately didn't do what I told him to do. I said, "What are you doing? You're cutting uneven." And he says, "No, I'm fine." Then I went back for him to fix it, and he didn't fix it real good, so I had to go to another beautician. And that beautician was good. And then she moved out of the country, and someone else replaced her, and that beautician was good for a while. I'm not sure what they're doing to my beauticians, but the first one, they replaced him with his clone. And I actually got a postcard from him where he said that the Jesuits chopped off his arms just so he couldn't cut my hair anymore. I don't know. And he said he was writing me from South America because he got thrown overboard from some ship. He went to Mexico on his vacation. The Jesuits caught him and threw him overboard and tortured him just because he was my beautician. And so that's what they do to my beautician. So apparently the Lord was saying, "Gail, you need to learn how to cut your own hair. The Jesuits are getting all your beauticians," and there's a gnat up there. and this is not, like I said, this is my first try doing it myself. This is so hard to cut. And it's a little choppy, but as bad as that is, what's my camera doing? Lord, fix my camera. As bad as that is, as choppy as it is, it's nothing compared to what some of the Jesuit botched jobs I've got. The last beautician that I went to, she charges $25. She usually did a good job, but lately something's wrong with her. She knows how to cut. I mean, maybe it's been a year since I went to see her, but she cut my hair. I said, "I need a bob." Every beautician knows a bob's, and I said I wanted to go down like this. She cut it. I look dreadful with a cut like this. It just looks horrible on me. And when I saw the finished product, I said, "Why'd you cut it like that? I don't look good in that style." She said, "That's what you said you wanted." I said, "No, it isn't." I said, "I wanted it to go down like this." And I wanted an A-line stacked bob, which is what she normally does. And I don't know what she did. I think she was doing it on purpose. Well, the bad news is, it was at shoulder length. She had to cut my hair really short to make it go A-line and to stack it up in the back. And she fixed it, and she was really snooty about her mistake. Like, "Oh, you didn't explain it clearly." And I thought, I'm never going back to that beautician ever again. So I made up my mind I'd go see another beautician. But I was willing to pay extra money to get a good cut. Apparently, the Lord realizes that's not going to solve my problem. So he just said, "You're not spending any more money on beauticians, Gail. It's my order. Only food and bills." So I learned how to cut this. Anyways, for first time, not bad. Next time, I'm going to be smarter, and I think my next haircut will be better than this. But what I'm doing is when I look in the mirror and I see loose ends, I just go in there and fix it as I go. So eventually, this isn't perfect, but as bad as this is, at least I picked an attractive style on me. I know I need to go like this. I know I need some layers in the back, and I attempted to do that, even if the cutting is kind of sloppy, and not totally even either. Actually, I can live with a little bit of unevenness here. I don't look good with a blunt cut, so I'm a soft, natural clothing personality, so this is I'm really trying to obey you, Jesus. But I plan on getting maybe a barrette like this size if I can find it. It's no rush because this hair is so short now. I need to let it grow out for a couple months anyway. And for the next time I do this, I think I'll do a better job with a different barrette. I need one about this size and I'll use it there to help establish my line. And I cut by feeling, like a blind person. I just feel like I look in the mirror, make sure it's straight, and then I cut and use that to establish my line. And then I go back in there and fix it up. It would be good if I could get someone else to do that for me, but I really don't trust people with my hair because Jesuits are obsessed with making me look ugly, and they've gotten all my beauticians, so looks like I need to do it myself. So Jesus, he said only food and bills. Like I went and returned my 19-inch Insignia television, and I have my old 2001 Sharp back there. Picture's not very good, but I get beautiful sound. And Jesus said, you don't need a television. Most missionaries don't have television. And so I just came back from a walk, I'm gonna shampoo. And when as bad as this is, at least I feel okay going out the door. You know, I'm gonna catch little stray ends and I'll fix it. You see, you're using sewing scissors? Sewing scissors, I have thick hair and I have to cut through a lot of hair. So sewing scissors are working out pretty good for me. So, at least I'm cutting my hair in a style that's attractive for me. So, and I like an easy to care for style, and this is. So I could make it look better possibly if I blow dried or something, but I'm just a casual person. So not bad for somebody who's never been to beautician school and who's doing, oh, it's so hard to do the back yourself. It's so hard. So like I said, I go back and fix my errors. And one advantage of filming myself is I catch errors. So what I did is I cut, and I just did a trim right in here where some piece was sticking out. I will probably be doing this over the next couple of weeks because I know I missed some spots, you know. And then when I pull it up like this, it shows the inner layers, and they're often not perfect either. So, but you know, I'm not the only one who butchers these cuts. The beauticians have been doing it too. So I'm going to get better at this. And who knows, maybe a year from now, you won't even be able to tell the difference between my cut and a beautician's cut. I'm not going to say that because really it's really hard to cut the back. Somebody else has to do the back. And with a stacked bob, depends on the back. So